This is EasyOSX, and today I'm showing you how to download earlier versions of macOS via the terminal. There are a few things to know before you start doing this. First, you can only download macOS versions as far back as what the Mac you're running this on supports. If I'm doing this on an M1 Mac Mini that originally came with macOS 11 Big Sur, it can't get versions of macOS older than that via this method. If you want to get older versions, you'll have to get them from the Mac App Store or via Apple directly. The second thing to note, though it is also a benefit, is you may actually see multiple versions of the same OS in the listings when using this method. That said, there won't be every revision of each OS. You'll want to make sure you know what version you need to get and how it'll work with the hardware you're going to be using it on. If you're not sure or want the widest availability, then always get the most recent version on offer. Third, if you are in an enterprise environment that prevents end-user machines from upgrading their own operating systems, then this command may not work. Lastly, if you have content caching enabled on your Mac, you won't be able to download macOS via this method until you disable it. With that said, let's get started. Let's start with checking what options you have available. To do this, type the following command in your terminal app. Software update, all one word, space, dash, dash, list, dash, full, dash, installer. Hit enter. After a moment, you'll be presented with a list of available installers with the latest version at the top and each following item in the list being an older version of macOS, either in the same version or an earlier revision. You'll see the title with the name of the OS, the specific version number, the size of the installer, the build number, and whether it was deferred. If you're running this prior to Monterey, you may not see the build number. As previously mentioned, you may notice for Monterey and Big Sur, version 12 and 11 respectively, they don't go all the way back to their earliest stable versions, but seem to stop at a certain point. While it's not 100% clear why this is done, it's likely due to serious security or system breaking bugs that would be too dangerous to allow to be redeployed. Even then, there can be some strange gaps in version numbers available for the same OS. You also won't be able to see all the older versions that your Mac may be able to run if Apple has determined it's not worth it. My 2015 MacBook Pro, for example, doesn't show El Capitan even though it can run it. Once you know what you want to install, it's time to install it. Fortunately, you just need to know the version number you want. Type in sudo, sudo, space, software update, all one word, space, dash, dash, fetch, dash, full, dash, installer, space, dash, dash, full, dash, installer, dash, version, space, and put in the version number here. So, if I want to download the last revision of High Sierra here, the code will look like sudo software update dash dash fetch full installer dash dash full installer version 10.13.6. When you hit enter, the terminal will then say it's scanning for installer. After a few minutes, it should say that it's installing and show a percentage indicator. Don't panic. It is not actually installing that version of macOS on top of or over your current version. Instead, it's downloading the installer and putting it into the applications folder on your drive. Depending on the speed of your internet and machine, it can take anywhere from a few minutes to a couple of hours to download the complete installer package from Apple. When it finishes, the terminal will say, "Install finished successfully," and you'll find your upgrade installer file there. Just like if you downloaded it from the App Store, you can double-click it to start the install process or use it to create your own bootable recovery drive. Thank you all so much for watching. If this video helped you out, then give it a like. It'll really help the channel out. Likewise, if you want more Mac, iOS, and other Apple tips, tricks, and advice, you can subscribe to the channel. You can also check out the website, EasyOSX.net, as well as our social media pages. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.